Hello everybody, my name is June and I am the dog groomer, and we're here in Phoenix, Arizona, and today I wanted to do a video about our tools because we're getting a lot of questions, people wanting me to explain the different tools that I use. So these aren't all the grooming tools, but just the ones I use most often. And the first one we'll just go through like that. Okay, this is a coarse comb and it has a wooden handle. I'll show you this side because this side's all jacked up. So this side, but anyways, this is a coarse comb and it's not sharp, that sharp on the end. And what I would use this for is like a big collie or just a big thick coated dog like a Great Pyrenees or something that just, you know, lots of big undercoat. Then this is what you would go through to kind of break that up. This is a Greyhound comb, my next favorite, and I love that it has two sides. This one is a little coarse, this is fine. So what I do is I break up the thick matting or built up undercoat with this side, and then I flip it like that. Oh shoot. Because I'm a ninja. But anyways, and then I comb out the little balls and little mats, pin mats with the fine side. Now this is a face comb or a flea comb, but I don't really like it because it's made out of plastic, and plastic doesn't really work that well on dog coats. So I'm just showing this to you to let you know I don't like it. This is another face comb that I really like, or a flea comb, and I use it for the face, and I like it because it's metal, and metal works much better. If you notice, everything is metal. So there's not a lot of plastic combs for the dog grooming tools, and there are, but I don't like them. Personally. I'm sure they don't like me either. Anyways, this is a mat splitter, and it's sharp right there, so you don't want to, you know, touch it. But right there is sharp, right here is not. So this is just to go through and break up those big mats behind the ears. You would go behind the mat and kind of break it up like that. And kind of, if it doesn't go all the way through and cut, then you want to just kind of do like that action. You know, so you just kind of keep making slices at it, but pulling it out so you don't really hurt the dog. This is another mat splitter. It's a mat splitting rake. There are other ones where, you know, you hold it and it's actually it's like this, except the spikes would go down like that. It would look like that, basically. So there are other mat splitters like that, but I like this just because it's just feels a little better on my hand. It has like a place for your whole. This is made by Top Performance. I don't know if, okay, maybe we should have rehearsed this, but anyway. This is made by Top Performance, and I love it because it's ergonomically shaped. It has a place for your thumb, and you can just go through the coat like that. This will work on like long Pekingese or Shih Tzus that are really matted. Go through their legs. These are also dematting tools, but they're also carding tools, and actually that's true for everything. Everything is carding pretty much. Carding is just removing dead coat from the skin. But anyways, some of your best dematting tools are going to be your carding tools. So these are made by the same brand, Top Paw or Top Performance. And this is a coarse, this is a fine. So I like to start. Basically, what I would do if I had a big matted, not a matted, but just overblown Great Pyrenees or big collie or something, I would go through with this. Any mats, I would go through with this. Anything that I couldn't get through with this, I would break it up with this, and then go through with this. And then I would use this and kind of get that undercoat, a lot of that undercoat out. And then follow up with this. Bam. And then
there's also different lengths of blades.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really one way to use these tools. I mean, you can use them several different ways, and we're always, groomers, we're always learning different ways to learn these, you know, to use these different tools that would bring the best results for the dog, make them beautiful, but also for their comfort as well. So there's not just one way to use these tools. These are hand stripping knives, and I like both. The wooden handle ones, I find that these teeth right here are pretty sharp. Even though I rub them with sand and rocks and gravel, and I put styptic powder on it to make it rust a little bit, just so it doesn't cut the dogs or poke them. But I've noticed that these teeth here, they do kind of poke if you go at it the wrong angle. You really want to go just with the skin like that. And, if you're gonna use it just to as a Furminator type of thing, then you really want to go like that, not like this, because this is gonna start scraping. So just lay it down flat. These I like much better. They're not as easy to hold as these wooden handles. These wooden handles are much easier to use, and I would use it like that. So we're pulling it. There's much better videos on hand stripping. But anyways, I like these much better because these teeth are much duller, so you have less chance of actually puncturing the skin. So I like these much better. And let's see. This is one that a lot of people have been asking me about. The brand is called SureGrip. SureGrip pet grooming tools. And they come in different sizes that you can detach and put on. So this is, I like this much better than the Furminator, because the Furminator is like what, $40 to $60 per. This one, I think it's about $60 as well, but you get all these different sizes, and so you only have to purchase this one tool, and you get all these different size lengths, you know, that you can use. I like that. Slicker brush. I like this slicker brush. It's Miller's Forge slick curve brush with unbreakable handle. We'll see about that. No, it's good. But I like this because these teeth are very thick, and they're sturdy and they're hard. The finer the teeth here and the more flimsy they are, they tend to scrape and break off into the coat, and that's no good. I've been poked by them. I've seen dogs get splintered by them. So I like Miller's Forge slicker brush because it's just sturdy, and the teeth are kind of thicker, so less chance of harming the dog. Here's nail clippers. Again, Miller's Forge. They seem to make really good, reliable tools. This is for a large dog. This is for a small, medium dog. And so basically that's self-explanatory. I use this on big dogs. I use this on small dogs. Who cares? It's just easier when you use this on a smaller dog than this on a big dog. I use a Dremel to file the nails. And I like this Dremel with the battery because it's not that strong, and so if you grab it or if it catches on the dog's hair, it stops, and rather than, you know, yanking the hair out. So, and I also recommend getting this at Walmart in the hardware department, because it's about $20 cheaper than if you would get it at a pet store, just because you're getting it at a pet store, I guess. Okay, next. Oh, clippers. I use the Andes AGC Super 2-speed, and I like it because it's just easy to hold. It's round. I used the bulkier Andes starting out, so I've only used Andes, so I can't really give any reviews about any other clippers, but I'm looking forward to using other ones. But I like it, and you also have these detachable blades. The ones that I use most are let's see. The 10 blade, this I use for like the sanitary, under the, like on the tummy, around the PP area, around the anus, sometimes pads of the feet. But now, these days I use the 30 blade for the pads of the feet because it just gives a little bit closer cut. It's a little bit shorter in length and just makes it a little neater. I've heard of groomers using a 40 blade on the pads of the feet. I don't like to do it because this is a surgical size and it tends to scrape and cut and sometimes leave like red marks. So I don't really like to, I'm not brave enough, I guess, to use a 40 blade on anything other than using it under a comb guard. So this is a comb guard, a plastic comb guard, and I would use that if I was doing like a golden doodle that they wanted to keep a little bit of length on. I would use that and go and make the cut. Now, a 40 blade will work on a plastic comb, but it's gonna shred up on a metal comb. So this is a wall metal comb. I love the metal combs. I prefer it over the plastic comb because it gives a better, smoother cut. And the metal combs, you wanna use a 30 blade under it, or a 10. Otherwise, a 40 blade is just gonna shred up. Next, scissors. These are my go-to scissors that I just carry around. I have 7.5 inch Aussie Dog curve shears that I like to use. Yeah, it's DYM 70C, and that's made by Aussie Dog. And I just like it because it's light, easy to hold, easy to handle, and it gives a nice smooth cut. I also use a pair of stilettos, long curve shears. And this I use for the bigger dogs if I'm making big cuts, poodle top knots if I'm trying to, you know, make a nice poodle top knot or a Bichon head. Whenever you're making, or even Westie heads, you know. So I like to use these. What is it called? DH stiletto, short shank. And I'm guessing this is about maybe 10 inches, 10 to 12 inches. I wouldn't. Anyways. Here's my thinning shears that I like, also Aussie Dog, and they, I think they're like 46 teeth or 28, but I like those thinning shears. These are a pair of chompers, blenders that I use. This is made by Pedigree, and honestly, I'm not that impressed. They do the job, but they don't cut that well, and I noticed that I make a lot more snips than I'm, you know, would like to on the same spot just to get a nice cut. So I don't like them, but they're the only blenders that I have that are this size, so I do use them. And as far as straight shears, I do have straight shears. But I don't really like to use straight shears. I've been spoiled. I do use straight shears sometimes just to make sure I keep my skills sharp. But on a daily basis, I like curved shears because you can still make a straight cut with the curved shear. Oh, force dryer. The force dryer that I like to use, this is called Easy Dry. Shoot. Okay. This is called Easy Dry, and it's E, the letter E, the letter Z, dash dry. Easy Dry. And I like this one just because it is a little more quiet, a little more silent than the other ones, and you can adjust. You can adjust the speed as to how fast the air is coming out. So on the head of a nervous dog, if they're fussing, you can just turn it lower and still dry them because it's not as forceful. Then on the body, you can go a little higher. So I just like being able to control how fast the air is blowing. Oh, clipper maintenance. I like to use Andy's Cool Care 5-in-1. This, while you're working on a dog with your clippers, you're gonna notice that the clippers are gonna start getting hot because it's friction, it's metal, it's gonna get hot. So then what you do, so what you do is while you're working, you just want to spray the clippers down. That's going to go ahead and cool the clippers down, and then you want to switch it out. And this is good to clean. It's a coolant, disinfectant, lubricant, cleaner, rust preventative. So it does everything. But every once in a while, you do want to bust out. The label fell off, but you do want to bust out this. It's another Andy's blade cleaning product. And what you want to do there is, when you have a dirty clipper, first what I do is I move everything to one side, get a toothbrush, or just blow, get everything out of there, and then you dip the tip. You dip the tip right in the fluid there.
You can leave it on the table because I can go to you. You keep coming on.
For about 10 seconds. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, for about 10 seconds, and then you want to have a towel. Oh. And so, keeping your clippers clean and oiled on a regular basis will really make them last, because I know some groomers, they send their tools in to be sharpened pretty much once a month. I haven't had to sharpen my tools in about a year maybe. I can't remember the last time I took my blades to get sharpened, just because I keep them cleaned and oiled on a regular basis. And as far as scissors, this is a nice product that I like, Barbicide. I got a little bit left, maybe another cleaning or two. But you want to put a little bit in here, fill the rest up with water so it's diluted because this solution is concentrated. Put your scissors in there, and then, or any kind of tools that you want, and then, you know, swish it around, and then wipe it down, and you have your clean tools. And the only reason why I address cleaning tools is because it's essential in what we do. We're dealing with the skin, which is the largest organ on the dog's body. We can cause all kinds of clipper burns, chemical burns, mechanical burns, thermal burns. We can cause infections. So many things can go wrong that we really have to be careful and take all the precautions that we can, and just keep our tools clean, well maintained. And lastly, these are some things that I like to finish with. This is made by Grooming, and they make a nice finishing spray called Cranberry Essence Cologne. I love this because I don't spray it on the dog. I just spray a little on my hands and then kind of rub the dog down with it, pet them at the end. And I wish there was smell-o-vision because it smells like fresh cranberries. It's really nice. This is called Oral Pet's Life, Oral Pet Care. And if you notice like a before and after picture, this is just a really nice product. I like to just spray on their teeth at the end, bam, bam. You know, it makes their breath smell nice, and also does the enzymes do the cleaning for the teeth. And I guess that's it. If you have any other specific questions or anything, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, these are the tools that I pretty much use on a daily basis. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support. Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is June and I am the dog groomer, and we're here in Phoenix, Arizona, and today I wanted to do a video about our tools because we're getting a lot of questions, people wanting me to explain the different tools that I use. So these aren't all the grooming tools, but just the ones I use most often. And the first one we'll just go through like that. Okay, this is a coarse comb, and it has a wooden handle. I'll show you this side because this side's all checked out. So this side. But anyways, this is a coarse comb, and it's not that sharp on the end. And what I would use this for is like a big collie, or just a big thick-coated dog like a Great Pyrenees or something that just, you know, lots of big undercoat. Then this is what you would go through to kind of break that up. This is a Greyhound comb, my next favorite, and I love that it has two sides. This one is a little coarse, this is fine. So what I do is I break up the thick matting or built up undercoat with this side, and then I flip it like that. Oh shoot. Because I'm a ninja. But anyways, and then I comb out the little balls and little mats, pin mats with the fine side. Now this is a face comb or a flea comb, but I don't really like it because it's made out of plastic, and plastic doesn't really work that well on dog coats. So I'm just showing this to you to let you know I don't like it. This is another face comb that I really like, or a flea comb, and I use it for the face, and I like it because it's metal, and metal works much better. If you notice, everything is metal,